Today, man, we're going to be going over the top 10 fastest QBs to use right now in college football 25. There's a pretty decent amount. It's most of the names you could expect, but we just got them basically ranked in order from who's the fastest and who's not. So all these guys are fast at the end of the day. All these, well, I'm not going to say all these quarterbacks on this list are actually good, but some of them are fast. So at number 10, we got Josh Allen. He is the 10th fastest quarterback in the game. 83 speed. He's also got an 83 excel, and I point out the excel because that's what's going to, because some of these guys might have the same exact speed, so that doesn't mean they're the same speed, though, because some guys might have lower excel, higher excel. What the excel is, that basically determines how fast they'll get to their fastest speed point at that speed, if that makes any sense. And some guys, they might have the same speed and the same excel, so then you got to look at their agility. What the agility is like, it's not their change of direction, but it's like how you're able to, it's kind of like that wiggle a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's not change of direction. So it's something that's kind of hard to explain, but it's very similar to change of direction. So that's kind of what you got. I think there's only like 2 guys we had to like do that with, but besides that, it was a lot easier. But yeah, Josh Allen's the 10th best QB. You're going to see Josh Allen a lot in head-to-head because he's got that big cannon of arm. He's got a pretty good release, and he's just, he's a big body. He's going to run through people. He's really good.
McCarthy doubles out of the pocket and launches. End zone. Wilson.
Number 9, we got J.J. McCarthy. So J.J. McCarthy was, I think him and Josh Allen had the same speed and the same excel. It was the agility that separated them. He had a better agility than Josh Allen. Now, I actually have not seen, I think I went against like one J.J. McCarthy. I haven't really went against him a lot, so I can't really speak on his release, but I mean, 83 speed, solid. He's got 86 throw power. It's not a bad arm. He meets the threshold. He's over 85 for all the thresholds and accuracy, so I would assume he's got to be a pretty accurate quarterback. If anyone's used J.J. McCarthy, let me know how you guys liked him.
Territory, Ewers from the pocket. Now he'll loft one downfield. A ton of air running underneath.
At number 8, we got Quinn Ewers. We're officially down at 84 speed. We're out of the 83 speed, and we're into 84 speed. We got Mr. Quinn Ewers, 84 speed with 83 excel, and he's got 88 throw power. This is another quarterback you'll see a pretty decent amount out there in the head-to-head streets. I feel like I do see him a lot. He's big arm. He meets all the accuracies. He's basically just a little bit better than Josh Allen. I think the thing that Josh Allen has is, though, Josh Allen's a big body. He's going to, break tackles and run through you.
They know he's getting it. They fake it. Oh, Salter. How clever is that? Touchdown.
Number 7, we got Caden Salter. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but he's also 84 speed, but he's got 83 excel, so he's got more than Quinn Ewers. I've actually went against, like, especially when the game first came out, I actually saw him I don't want to say a decent amount, but I saw him out there. I think I went against this one person with him in the last, like, 2 weeks, so people definitely still use him. I mean, he's very cheap. He's only like 15,000 coins, and it's because of the 84 speed. His accuracies aren't too bad, but if you're working on a budget and you just need a guy that can run a little bit for your offense, I mean, this is a very cheap option. Number 6, we got the brand new Roger Staubach, which just recently came out. He's got 84 speed with 84 excel. I went against Staubach, I think, like 1 or 2 games. He's cool. I mean, I don't really think he's worth his price tag, but I mean, I guess if you're a Roger Staubach fan, maybe you'll get him. Number 5, we got Vince Young, 84 speed, 85 excel. This is officially the top five fastest quarterbacks. We got a lot of 84 speed quarterbacks, honestly, though. I used Vince Young, honestly, and he feels very stiff in my opinion. I don't know. He doesn't really move like too crazy. I mean, like, another guy I don't think that's really worth his price tag. I mean, he's LTD, so obviously he's going to be a little bit more pricey than anyone just because of that, but just and I'm not even talking about as a passer. I'm just talking about him as a runner because we're talking about speed. So I was pretty unimpressed with him, in my opinion, from using him. Number 4, we got Pat White. We're finally out of the 84 speed category, and we're cranking it up to 85 speed. Now, these are the fastest of the fastest guys right here. Pat White came out a while ago. He's 85 overall, but he's got 85 speed, and he's got 84 excel. I don't really go against any Pat Whites. If you guys tune in any of my streams and you guys know Tax, this man still has Pat White at quarterback. So I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but he still uses him. But I mean, he's fast. He's one of the faster quarterbacks in the game. His accuracies are definitely not pretty at all, but if you run a offense where you run a lot with the quarterback, he is left-handed though, so you also gotta keep that in mind. Even though I gotta say, even with the left-handed quarterback, it's not too bad rolling out in this game because the movement's just so good in this game. It's very easy to kind of get around because left-handed quarterbacks got the hitch. But even because I used Pat White when he came out, I actually liked him. Well, not when he came out. I used him though when he was around. I think now he's averaging around 25,000 coins. I used him back when he was probably around like 70K, and I didn't think he was too bad.
Tebow. Touchdown.
Number 3, we got Tim Tebow, who is probably the most expensive quarterback on this list. 85 speed and 86 excel. He's very fast. He's, I got to say, for a 90 overall, looking at his accuracies, his medium doesn't meet that 85 threshold, and his deep is 77. So for a 90, he's definitely pretty underwhelming. And then with that price tag, and his release is also really nasty. It is very slow. He's left-handed, so he's going to have that hitch. But you know what, man? He's one of the fastest QBs in the game.
Makes a cut. Why not spin in for another touchdown?
Number 2, we got everyone's favorite quarterback, Lamar Jackson. You're still going to see so many Lamar Jacksons out there, man. This is my QB1. 86 speed, 86 excel. He's just good, man. He's literally the second fastest quarterback in the game. His accuracies are pretty good, and he's got 85 throw power, which you can definitely work with. And I run the ball in my offense, granted, and when I do pass the ball, he makes all the throws for the most part. In this game, you're going to miss throws. I mean, you also got to look at his accuracies and see some of it does not reach that 85 threshold, but he's very cheap. He's like 70,000 to 80,000 coins, so you can go get yourself a Lamar Jackson, man. He's a baller. The fastest quarterback in the game is Charlie Ward, 86 speed with 88 excel. He is by far the fastest quarterback in the game. Now, I don't see too many Charlie Wards out there. I'll see him here and there. And I think I have not used him, so I can't speak on him. I can really only speak on playing against him. And some things I noticed from him as a runner, he looks pretty nasty. But as a passer, what I noticed is he doesn't throw a very tight spiral. Like a lot of times I'll see him have a clean pocket, drop back, throw it, and the ball looks wobbly, which is a trait for some quarterbacks. They just don't throw a tight spiral, which, the ball isn't going to travel maybe a little bit as fast. It might float a little bit. I don't really know about his release, but he as a runner though, I mean, he's definitely going to be a lethal weapon. That is the list though for the top 10 fastest quarterbacks in the game. How we go about doing a list is we got to go through all the quarterbacks. We got to see what their speed is, and we just got to see who the fastest is. If a guy's got the same speed, you look and see who's got the better excel. If they got the same speed and excel, you look at who's got the better agility. That's just kind of how you got to break it down. Now, just because Charlie Ward, for example, does that mean he's better than a guy like Josh Allen? Like, you're going to see guys you're going to see a lot in head-to-head. Josh Allen, Quinn Ewers, and Lamar Jackson. I would probably say those are the 3 most used quarterbacks you're going to see in the head-to-head. Lamar, because he's very cheap and he's got the mobility. Quinn Ewers and Josh Allen, because they're really good passers, and they got a little bit of speed and they're not slow. Because you don't want to have some of these guys that I think they just recently dropped a quarterback for on Friday for the promo. He's like 78 speed, but he's a really good passer, but he's just really slow. You got to have at least some type of mobility to you, because you got to be able to get out of harm's way sometimes. If there's anyone that we might have somehow forgot on this list that might be really fast that's not on here, and don't say Jalen Milroe, because I know people are going to come in here and say that Jalen Milroe, because if you didn't know this, Jalen Milroe, I'll show you these guys right now. Jalen Milroe has a card that none of you probably know that is even in the game. To get this card, I think you had to pre-order it from GameStop. Here it is right here. 83 overall, Jalen Milroe. He's 83. Actually, okay, he's only 83 speed. I thought he was faster than that, but he actually still would have probably made the list. It says Heisman hopeful pre-order. I'm not, I didn't get him for the pre-orders. I'm not sure how you got this card, but I've never seen anybody with it. That pretty much does it for this list, though, man. If any of you guys have any other list ideas that we could do some top 10s and stuff, comment them down below. We'll go ahead and try to do those. If you enjoyed the video, man, drop a like. Until the next time, man, I'll see y'all in the next one.